What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Divided Nations. I wanted to bring something to people's attention that I think most of us have been distracted by. What happened to the Hong Kong protests? Isn't it pretty convenient for China that while they were implementing all these lockdowns, that there was, a 2 million man march in China protesting the National Security Act that was passed in July, which basically strips Chinese citizens of any freedoms that they did have. It also makes China be able to bring any person arrested into mainland Hong Kong in a central booking center that, ironically also in Hong Kong has a 99% conviction rate. And anytime someone speaks out against the government in China, they also are in jeopardy of going to prison. Now, the timeline of as far as what the sentence would be for someone for crimes against their government, in this case just bad-mouthing and speaking out, not even bad-mouthing, just speaking the truth about things that are going on. What's very, very interesting is the fact that there is no set timeline as far as jail sentencing. As a matter of fact, what they say is if you do this, X, Y, Z, you can go to jail for up to life in prison. Wow, that's a little bit steep. It kind of reminds me of when the Fukushima nuclear disaster happened after that 9.0 earthquake and the tsunami that hit Japan March 11th, 2011. The government and the media started to clamp down in that first year, and Japan actually passed a law that would potentially put someone in jail for up to 10 years if they spoke about the Fukushima disaster and specifically the radiation leak into the Pacific Ocean and the dumping of radiation into the Pacific by TEPCO. TEPCO is abbreviated for Tokyo Electric Power Company. It's got the same fault that most nuclear power stations have. First of all, it's made by General Electric, and they all have the same kind of faulty system. That's probably another video I should do in more detail about that. But if you do your research, you'll find that there's plenty of information available if you understand it. It just takes a little bit of reading. But as far as the China situation, what's also very interesting, as far as REMPAC and as far as like drills that the United States does with some of our allies in that area, specifically Japan. They're doing a military drill right now with our Air Force, Navy, and Marines. It's not too out of the ordinary. As a matter of fact, Japan and the United States does drills every couple of years. But in this case, coincidentally, China is doing a drill at the very same time that Japan and the United States is. And there's, for anyone who's been paying attention to what's been going on and the moves that China has been making in the South China Sea and the East China Sea, they have been dominating that area. They have their sand dredgers that, these massive like vacuum, ships that like dredge up the sand and relocate it. So essentially they make man-made islands for military landing strips, for cargo hangars, little military bases, what have not, and all that. So everything going on right now is very interesting, but I digress. Let me come back to my original point, which is, isn't it interesting when all these lockdowns were going on and the virus was, spreading and blah, blah, blah. Okay, all right. Well, isn't it very coincidental, that timing, that you had millions and millions of Chinese citizens that were protesting that, national security law that was going to basically strip, Chinese citizens of the rest of their freedoms, essentially, to where they can't even talk about freedom of speech. They can't say anything about their government other than what a great job the CCP is doing. It's really, really sad. So it's very coincidental. And then what happens is you see that once everyone was on lockdown in China, essentially what happened after that? Well, essentially what happened was there was a wave of arrests, a massive amount of thousands and thousands of individuals that were arrested for contempt against their government. And so it all kind of worked out pretty conveniently for China, don't you think? Very interesting. I'm not even sure what I believe about this whole situation. I really, in my gut, feel like this is a false flag event that was really blown out of proportion and very much exaggerated to the point where we were told that, what is this guy doing over here? Sorry, I'm watching this driver in front of me who's not paying attention over here. It's very, very convenient. And what it kind of shows is that there was essentially not just these massive wave of arrests, but it stopped those massive protests, coincidentally right around the same time from the spring to the summer. So very, very interesting things to take a look at, take into consideration. Not only that, but haven't really heard anything from China as far as the numbers go, as far as what their level of diagnosis are and death count. Not that we could really trust anything they're saying anyway. Not that we can trust this administration and the media in general anyway, no matter who it is. Unfortunately, it sucks. It sucks that we can't trust what we're being told the majority of the time from our leadership. But just wanted to point that out. And like I said, that Japan and China are doing Japan and the United States are doing military drills at the same time that China's doing drills. So a lot going on. So while everyone's being distracted and you're being told to look over there, they're busy over here. You get it? So yeah. Anyway, thanks very much, all of you, for tuning in. I do appreciate you, as always. Please be sure to like and share these videos if you respect the content that I'm sharing with you. Please help me to get over YouTube's algorithms so that I start to gain more exposure with my channel and important videos. Thanks very much. Check you all in the next one.